Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Friends, in this video also I am going to solve one very special total income question with you all. Now friends, as you all know, I am not solving very repetitive adjustment type sums with you. I am solving very unique adjustments. So today the question which I have selected for solving the total income sum is from your model test paper 6. Now this is a very unique sum because of two reasons. The very first reason is that the entire question which is prepared by ICAI is in tabular form. Normally what happens is that the question is either in PNL form, that is T form, or it is either in the paragraph form. But friends, in this question the entire question number 1 is in tabular form, which is in particulars rupees form. So this is a very unique way of asking that question number 1. The second reason why I have selected this question is, in this question there is an individual Mr. Ashok, and this person is having not one but two businesses. In one business Mr. Ashok is a proprietor, and in another business Mr. Ashok is a partnership firm. Adjustments are not very difficult, but if a person is having two businesses, then presentation of PGBP might become an issue for you all. After I solve the sum, you will find it very easy only. I am not saying the answer overall is very difficult, but the presentation, how are you supposed to approach the question when they have given the question in tabular form, etc, etc, etc. So that is why I have selected this question. So without wasting any time, let us start with the question. Friends, in the first paragraph, so what is my style of solving the sum is always read the first paragraph and the last paragraph and find out what is asked in the question. Mr. Ashok. So Mr. means individual. This is very important. In CA Inter, they are asking you majority questions from individual point of view only, but sometimes from last 3-4 attempts they have also started asking you HUF related questions, and sometimes they might also ask you questions on partnership firm. Age 61 years. This will help us. Senior citizen, resident individual, engage in wholesale business of stationery products. So whenever they give you Mr. something, so it means normally the business is under proprietorship. Provides the following information for the year ended 31st of March. He is also a partner. This is a uniqueness about the sum. He is also a partner in a partnership firm. So this person is having two businesses. In one business, the person is a proprietor, and in another business, the person is a partner. Is it possible? Yes, absolutely possible. Why not? Now the entire sum is in tabular form. Let us read the last paragraph, friends. You are required to compute the total income and the tax liability. So you are supposed to compute both of Mr. Ashok for assessment year, assuming he opts out of the provisions of 115 BAC. So there is one relief. You are supposed to solve only the sum only once, which is he has opted out. So you are supposed to solve as per the old regime. So chapter 6A would be there, tax calculation if it is there, the slab rates would be there, etc, etc, etc. All right. So now friends, let us start. Let us see what information is given in the question, and let us see how are they giving us the data in this case, because everything is there, other source, house property, business, but the presentation is very unique. So let us start. Interest on capital from UVN company. So UVN company is a partnership firm in which Ashok is a partner. Now from that partnership firm, Ashok, our assessee, because we are supposed to compute everything for Ashok. See, we are supposed to compute for Ashok, right? So our assessee is a partner and it has received interest at 14%. Now friends, if you remember, for partnership firm only 12% is allowed as an expense. Now what is an expense for the firm? That is an income for the partner. Expense for the firm is an income for the partner. So 12% is allowed expense. So only 12% is treated as income of the partner. All right, I am not discussing provisions in detail. We are solving sum. This is a sum solving lecture, right? So out of this, 12% would be business income for Ashok. Tick. Whenever we do tick, it means it is related to business. But the extra 2%, that will not be business income for Ashok, because this extra 2%, if you remember, it is taxable in the hands of the firm, because it is not allowed for the firm. Anything which is not allowed for the firm, it is added to the net profit of the firm. This much explanation is enough, I feel. Share of profit from the firm. So for our assessee Ashok, share of profit is exempt under section 10(2)(a). So very fast, when the new income tax act comes, all these sections and everything is going to change. All right. So please, prepare yourself very well for September and January exams so that you don't have to study the new income tax act. Salary as a working partner. All right. So salary is income from business. This is income from business, but it is exempt. This is also income from business. 12% would be taxable. We have to do the cross calculations. This salary, now see, salary whenever it is received from employer, it is income from salary. But this is not received from employer. This is received from a partnership firm in which this person is a partner. Partner is a part owner. He is not employee. So Ashok is not employee over here. It will not go under income from salary. It will go under income from business only. Okay, but it is given it is net of TDS. So this is a new section which is applicable to the partnership firm, that whenever they give salary to the partner, you have to deduct 10% TDS. So what we will have to do is, this is net amount, so we'll have to convert the net into gross. Then interest from bank fixed deposit, net of TDS. See, so now this is EFOS. This is taxable under EFOS. You have to convert the net into gross over here also. But we have shifted out of 115 BAC. So this person is a senior citizen. So senior citizen will get deduction under 80TT-B, not 80TT-A. Now interest on savings bank account. Again, this is income from other sources. This is taxable. This is also covered under 80TT-B. Then income tax refund. See, income tax refund is not an income. But if you receive interest on income tax refund, then that interest amount is an income. So income tax refund relating to some assessment here, including interest of 1400. So only this 1400 is my income from other sources, and this 1400 is taxable. The balance amount is not an income. Now see, they have given net profit from wholesale business. So till now we were talking about his income from partnership firm. Then there was some details about income from other sources, chapter 6A, etc., etc., etc. Now they have suddenly started giving information about the wholesale business. See, I was telling you this person is having two businesses. One is a proprietor, one is a partnership firm. So in the first line, it is written wholesale business of stationery products, right? Now see, how are you supposed to solve the sum? I will definitely, we are going to solve the sum together only. But it is given net profit from wholesale business. Now see, whenever net profit is given, then there is one thing which is sure, that we are supposed to solve the sum for this business as per the indirect method. So we will start with net profit, add expense not allowed, the same thing which you are supposed to do. So knowledge wise, everything is same. See, even if the question is presented in a different way, it doesn't mean we need different set of knowledge. We just need to, get used to the question. That's it. You just have to, adapt to the question accordingly. You just need to upgrade yourself. You upgrade your skills. That's it. Knowledge will never, change. The PGBP, what you have studied will remain the same only. Start. Amount debited. So now they are saying this is the following are the amounts which are debited to the P&L. Depreciation. So when depreciation is debited, it is assumed it is as per accounts. Motor car expenses. See, till now I don't know anything about motor car, whether it is personal or business. Till now, let me assume positively it is business only, so it is allowed. Municipal tax for the shop. Yes, so municipal tax is generally allowed, but they have given something in bracket. For 2.5 years, payment for one half was made on 12th July, which is in my year, and the other was made on 31st December, which is next year. Now see, there is one section 43B which says taxes shall be allowed as a reduction only if they are paid. Now I am not talking about municipal tax in IFHP, right? Remember, this is PGBP. So don't mix the municipal tax of IFHP over here. This is municipal tax for your shop, which is your business premises. So this will go in PGBP only. But in PGBP, taxes should be paid, then only they are allowed. If they are outstanding, they are not allowed. They should be paid up to the due date of return filing. The due date of return filing is 31st July 2026. But this person is paid after July. Even in tax audit, the due date is 31st of October. So this is even after that. So this is paid after, you can say, the return filing date. So now what you are supposed to do is only half would be allowed. because half is paid on time. If you see, this half is paid on time, only the balance half has not been paid on time. So ideally what you should do is you should try to solve the sum on your own, and then only for checking whether the answer is correct, or whether you are conceptually going right or not, then only you are supposed to see the video and see the solution. Salary to manager by way of single cash payment. So cash payment above 10,000 is not allowed. So this was debited, that is done. The WDV of the asset as on 1st April 25 used in the above business is as under. So now this is like additional information, because debited wala part was given in point number this. So everything about debited is over. So now this is a separate information. Now they are saying computer. So now if computer is there, 40% depreciation is applicable. Then computer printer. Now see, computer and computer accessories. So this is a printer which is not a standalone printer. This is a computer printer which is used with computer. So you will apply the depreciation of rate of computer only on this. Motor car acquired. Oh, this is a new asset which has been acquired in this year. So, this is a motor car which is acquired in the current year. So this is the additional information. So you will get half year depreciation on this, because motor car is an asset. So you will get 15% depreciation on this. Now this depreciation generally goes in AUBE, if you remember. So all the depreciation will go in AUBE. AUBE is like allowed and recorded business expense. You can use some other terminologies if your professor has taught your other terminologies, but basically you will reduce it from your net profit. Now they are saying 20% is used for personal purpose. So from this depreciation, what you will do is 20% will be personal, that will not be eligible as a business expense, but 80% would be eligible. Now friends, very, 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 very important. See, once you have understood that the 20% of the motor car is personal, then there is a hidden adjustment in this, that the motor car expenses, this also 20% shall not be allowed, right? So from motor car expenses also 20% would be related to your personal motor car and 80% would be related to your business. This is something which is very, 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 very important, because I have seen majority of the students, they are doing the depreciation calculation properly, but they are forgetting that motor car expense. If the motor car was acquired in this year, then this motor car expense has to be related to this motor car only, because this is a new asset. So motor car expense would be related to this only, correct? So if motor car is 20% used for personal, the expenses like petrol, diesel, CNG, whatever, repairing, maintenance, that would also be personal, right? This is something which is very, very important. He owned a house property in Mumbai which was sold in 2021. Why are they giving us information now? He received arrears. Oh, see now, even if the the house property has been sold, but arrears is taxable under IFHB only, even if the assessee is not the owner. This is something which is very important. This will go under IFHB only, and you will also get a standard deduction of 30% from this. So basically, assessee is not the owner in 2025-2026, but in arrears, even if the assessee is not the owner, it is taxable in the current year. Then life insurance premium paid for son. Yeah, this is eligible for 80C deduction. PPF for wife, this is also eligible for 80C deduction. So in 80C, in life insurance and PPF, son and wife are in the definition of family relatives. Even if it is independent son, then also it is eligible, because friends, the dependent children is in 80D. 80D says dependent children, but this is life insurance. Sorry. Then health insurance premium paid by account pay check for self. So this is go for 80D, but the person, if you remember, is a senior citizen. So for senior citizen, the deduction is maximum 50,000. Then contribution towards Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. So this is 100% deduction under 80G. Correct. So this is your entire analysis. Now once you have done the analysis, what you should do is you should stop, solve the sum on your own, and then after you have solved on your own, then you should come and check the solution. Any which ways, the solution is there in model test paper 6 also, because the model test paper 6 having questions as well as answers. All right, but better you see the presentation, because in this question presentation is very important. So if you feel, sir, I am solving such sums for the first time, I will not be able to do presentation on my own, then you can continue with the lecture. Now see, now what you are supposed to do is, you are supposed to first prepare the entire format. So you should be ready with this. See, if you are having only last 10-15 minutes and then you feel you don't have the time to prepare this entire format, then it is a separate thing. Otherwise, ideally you should prepare the entire format and then you should start posting everything very fast, correct? So this is my format: IFHP, PGBP, EFOS, GTI, ATC, ATD, ATG. I have kept it ready like this, correct? Now friends, the very first adjustment over here, I will also open my notes. Okay, so the very first adjustment over here is about house property. So house property is 1,35,000, correct? So what you are supposed to do is, from 1,35,000 you have to take 30% standard deduction. So 1,35,000 minus 30% standard deduction. So it would be 94,500. All right, so this is 94,500. Then for PGBP we need a working, for EFOS we need a working. Okay, then there is ATC and ATD. Now see, you can also solve ATC and ATD at a later stage, and you can also solve it right now also, because there are very few adjustment. So one is life insurance and one is PPF. So life insurance, the amount is 60,000. So what you can do is, you can directly post it in the outer column, so you don't have to waste time for totaling and everything, correct? So this is 60,000, this is 70,000. So you know, you have to be smart in your exam. You know, you write this in the inner column and then you do all that is not required. Sometimes it is required, because you know there is a maximum deduction of 1,50,000, but over here this is 1,30,000. So I know that 1,30,000 is going to be allowed. Then ATD, medical insurance, you must be having this PDF of model test paper. If you don't have the PDF of the model test paper, you will find it in my Telegram group of JB Learning's Pratik Bhatt. All right. Then ATD. So how much is ATD? 35,000. So maximum 50,000 is allowed for senior citizens. So this is 35,000. And then there is a donation. So donation, 100% deduction is allowed, 50,000. So what you can do is, in exams also you get marks for your steps also. So if you feel that you know the format is ready, now I can fill these things, so it would be better for you, so that small things, if they are over, you have less time, you can just finish it off fast. Then I have divided everything in 5 parts. All right, now PGBP and EFOS. So now we can start with PGBP. So in PGBP, net profit is given in the question. So whenever net profit is given in the question, you always solve the sum as per indirect method, correct? So the net profit which is given in the question is 6,60,000. Then expense not allowed. Now which are the expenses which are not allowed? So one is depreciation, which is not allowed. Inner column, outer column, you don't have to worry. By chance, by mistake, you have written in the outer column, don't cancel it. It's okay. Depreciation. Then second is municipal tax. Municipal tax would be not allowed to the extent of 3,500. Then salary in cash. Salary in cash, that is not allowed to the extent of 22,000. Salary in cash is 22,000, right? Yes, salary in cash is 22,000. Then next thing is motor car expense. So if you remember, motor car expense also 20% are not allowed. So motor car expense 20%, 8,000 are not allowed. Correct. So this is everything about PGBP, 6,60,000 plus the expenses which are not allowed. Now, as far as non-business items is concerned, there is nothing which was credited in the P&L. I mean, in practical life, something would have been credited, but in the question they have not given, so we don't care about it. Now, allowed but unrecorded expense. Now, this is something which is very important, because we have to calculate depreciation as per income tax over here. Now, depreciation as per income tax, we can have one more working for this, working note 3. Now see, depreciation as per income tax, I have kept some part ready so that you can finish this video fast. So for the computer it is 40%. For the computer printer also it is 40%. The motor car cost is this much, the rate is this much, half year depreciation. But out of half year, 20% is not allowed and balance 80% is not allowed. Allowed. So if you are if you have not yet done the working, you do it on your own. So the total depreciation as per income tax is 196,800. So this is the way. Now, normally what we do is in depreciation, we do opening WD, we add purchases, less sales. But in this question, that was not required. So if it is not required, we are matured enough, you can do it directly also. So 196,800 is the depreciation which is as per the Income Tax Act. So this is 196,800. Correct. Now, do we have anything else? No, nothing else is there. So, what is the total? The total would be 5,30,700. This would be 5,30,700. Now, friends, very, very important. This is what we have done as per the proprietary business. Now, as far as the income which is received from partnership firm, what we can do is we can directly add those income below this, and then we will get our total PGBP. Now, share in profit is exempt. Interest on capital, only 12% amount would be taxable in the hands of the partner, because the total amount, if you see, was 1,40,000. 1,40,000 is 14%. So 12% would be how much? It would be 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 I have written over here. Now share salary from firm, we have to do gross. So if you remember, salary partner one, there is one new section in which 10% TDS the firm has to deduct, correct? So this is net of TDS. See, this is net of TDS. So net amount is 90,000. Now we should have this knowledge that the new section says the TDS is 10%. So the gross has to be 1 lakh, right? So we just have to do cross multiplication or whatever is the formula that you have learned. So the amount is 1 lakh. So you are supposed to do this. Now after doing everything, what is going to be our this 7,50,700. So the PGBP is 7,50,700. So this is your PGBP. Now income from other sources. Now as far as your income from other sources is concerned, if you see bank FD interest, now in bank FD interest, again they have given net amount, we have to convert the net into gross. What is the rate of TDS for bank FD? 10%. So if you convert 1,35,000 into gross, this is 1,50,000. Savings bank interest is going to be 13,300. This is given in the question. And income tax refund, this is ICAI's favorite. You will find many questions. This is favorite even in CA final. All right, so income tax refund. So the total is 164,700 as far as your this is concerned. So you go to income from other source, 164,700. The GTI which you get is 10,09,900, and then you do this chapter 6 reduction. Now after this, your answer will be, your total income is 7,44,009. See, this is a way in which you are supposed to solve the sum. So your main presentation was regarding PGBP. This was something which was main. That if two businesses are given, you are supposed to first solve the sum as per the proprietary business in which net profit is given, and then the partner thing, you have to just add it. Achha, the new thing was about this TDS in case of firm. Bank FD TDS is very usual, very common. There is nothing new in that. So this is the way that you are supposed to solve the sum. Okay, don't forget, you are also supposed to compute tax liability. Now see, as far as tax is concerned, in this question there is no capital gain. So normally we do 5 parts because different incomes have different tax rate. But in this, there is no capital gain, there is no winnings. So your entire amount would be 7,44,900 would be in the balance column. Now, very important is when you are writing statement of total income, you should write shifting out. I made this mistake. You don't make this mistake in exam. This is very, very important. You are solving the sum as per which method, that has to be properly specified. The heading is very, very important in your C exams. All right. So now on your 7,44,000, you have to apply slab rates. But remember, this person is resident and also a senior citizen and shifting out of 115 BSE. So up to 3 lakh, then 3 to 5, that slab rate would be applicable. And then whatever is a tax, you get the tax, you do 4% health and education cess. I've already kept and done. So this would be 61,340. So you do the tax, 3 lakh slab rate plus 4% health and education cess. Always remember Rohit Sharma, my classic player. Those students are new, they will find what is this Rohit Sharma, my classic player. So basically minus plus minus plus minus. This is a code word to remember the sequence in which you are supposed to calculate tax. So first you apply slab rate and all this percentage. Then it is rebate, surcharge, marginal relief, cess, prepaid taxes. In prepaid taxes, there is TDS, TCS. Okay, this is also something which is very important in this question. See, very, very important. See, I will do this thing for you. Say, for example, you got a tax of 58,980. Now you are supposed to do Rohit Sharma, my classic player. You won't get rebate because amount is more than 5 lakh. So rebate is not there, surcharge is not there, marginal relief is not there. You will get cess. So you do add 4% health and education cess, which is 2359. The total is 61,339, which is approximately 340. Now in this question there is TDS. There is TDS. TDS was there for salary and bank FD, but prepaid tax effect is not given in the model test paper solution. Why it is not given? Because in this question they are asking you tax liability. So Rohit Sharma, my classic player, rebate, surcharge, marginal relief, cess. Till here, this is your tax liability. And if they ask you tax payable, then you do minus prepaid tax, and then what you find is your tax payable. This is something which is very unique. I was teaching this in one of the classes in Mumbai, and the student asked me this question, sir, in this question, why have they not deducted prepaid taxes? This was a very nice question, very good observation. Because in one question, when tax payable was asked, prepaid tax was reduced. But in this question, they have asked you tax liability. Tax liability. So see, these are small differences. When they are asking you liability, they are only doing Rohit Sharma, my classic. That's it. And then when asking what is the amount which is still payable, they are doing Rohit Sharma, my classic clear. They are also deducting the prepaid taxes. What are the prepaid taxes? TDS, TCS, advance tax. In this question, TDS is there, but they are not asking me payable. They are asking me only liability. See, after doing Rohit Sharma, my classic clear, if you reduce prepaid taxes, then over here you get payable. But in this question, they have not asked you payable. They are asked you what is a liability. So they have not reduced prepaid taxes from this. I hope this video was very, very helpful for you. If you feel you are getting benefit from this video, please like, share, subscribe, all the best. And I am going to keep helping you with all this stuff. I am also going to start helping you with other difficult topics like TDS, TCS. And there was few students who are also asking me to start solving sums on GST also, which is there in the pipeline. Don't worry. All right. No if, no but, only but. All the best. Bye-bye.